Welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza, where transformation begins as we evoke, embrace, and evolve. We're live. Greetings, and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza. It's so good to be here with you, isn't it? Wow, what a gorgeous time of the year. I love March. I feel like every time we are in the season, first of all, it's the third month of the year, which you know, I love number threes. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and also the three E's, which is evoking what was, in order for us to embrace what is, so that we can evolve to what it is that we want, right? March is also marching forward. So I love this month because it's like springtime in some places. I know there are so many places that it's cold. Even here in LA, we have had a tough beginning of the year, but I think we are ready to march forward with so much grace, so much wisdom, so much more coming our way. So I think everything in life is about perception and how we perceive things, how we think things, how we speak about them. So instead of having low energy, let's lift everything up. Before I go further, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one who messaged me, called in to the radio station. I am so excited. I launched my show. It's called Real Talk with Liza on AM 870 KRLA radio station. It's been a dream come true, to say the least. From the time that I was a little girl, listening to transistor radio, and I would fall asleep listening to what I now know it is the, what do we call it? It's like a soap opera each night on airwaves. So since then, I always wanted to be on the radio so that I can have a voice and impact others, helping others who felt alone, lonely, disconnected, or have a hard time connecting and sharing, expressing what it is that they wanted. So that dream became a reality. Actually, I got the most beautiful flowers yesterday as a thank you. I've got DMs, I've got email. So thank you again. Now, let's talk about something else. As you know, today, one of the things that I do as an expert, not only as a clinical hypnotherapist, stress management consultant, I like to call myself an expert in women's wellness. So why I do what I do is because when we come together, we rise together. And March is also International Women's Month. It's a time to recognize and honor the strength, resilience, brilliance of women just like you, who is watching this show, and everywhere around the world, actually globally. I think there are so many places that are celebrating March as International Women's Day, and the day is March 8th. So, here's another story. About maybe over 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I was at my condo and there was a knock on the door. I open and my favorite, lovely, golden hair next door neighbor, Lilith, she walks in with a beautiful pot of flower and absolutely gorgeous. And she says, "This is for you." Like, well, thank you, but it's not my birthday. And she said, oh, but it's International Women's Day. And I look up to you. I, I truly adore you, and I just wanted to give you those flowers. I had never heard of International Women's Day until about when she gave me those flowers. So what she told me, that in Armenia and so many places around the world, they celebrate this day more, if not bigger, than birthdays. And especially their mother and grandmother and the people that mean a lot to them. So that was the beginning of introduction 15 years ago. And since then, even America in the last decade has been celebrating, but more so in the last 5, 6 years that I know. So I know it's been around for a long time. Too often we've been told to be soft as women, to be quiet, even to be subservient, and to shrink ourselves. And that's what we do, especially women from cultural upbringing, from traditional homes. And, you know, I can talk to her in Armenian, she would say, oh, that's exactly how it is in our home. And it can be a cultural Greeks, it can be Egyptians, it can be Chinese, it can be Japanese, it can be Hispanic. You know, one of the things I realized that every woman I talk to, when they have a home that is family, its upbringing comes from cultural and traditions, we all say the same thing. This is how I was raised. So I grew up in Iran until I was 14, 15 years old, and then I came to America, and I've been here since. This is home for me, but, not but, and, and yet, I grew up in a home of very tradition, cultural, and a different upbringing. So, grandma was the matriarch, and then mom, and then my family. So the women and how we were raised, it's like we have graduated from the time that says do not speak or do not do, because grandma was such a grand woman. She spoke 7 languages. She taught herself how to play the piano. She was a powerhouse as far as I know. She baked and she cooked and she sewed and she did. This is all from a woman that never went to school, because she was part of the Armenian genocide and they grew up in the orphanage, and she got married from age 15. By 17, she had her first child. And yet she was highly educated, self-educated. And she taught me how to be bold and strong and not aggressive. So being assertive does not mean being aggressive. Being graceful and yet not passive. And being empowered and not apologetic. See, those are the differences. It's such a fine line that I want you to know when I say it's time for us to show up in life with all the grace and beauty that you have. It's time for you to stand up for who you are and realize that in life we take on other people's opinion. We bow down to other people's judgment, and we become people pleasers. It's when you come to stand up for yourself and honor yourself and know your own worth. You can be gentle and yet not soft. Make sense? And that's how we come to speak up. Speak up, not tell people off, but speak so that you can express what you feel, you can express what you think, you can express what you desire in life, not demand in life. And that's the fine line between a strong woman, a powerful woman, than an aggressive, we no longer need to stomp on someone to feel that I can rise up. So I want to hear your opinion. What do you think? How were you raised? Are you coming from a home of tradition, cultural? What was your upbringing? I love to know. I love if you can just share right here. Um, Make a comment. Hashtag woman, woman's empowerment. You can say, yes, Liza, I believe it. Or, you know what, Liza, I don't agree. Let's have a conversation about this. Because this is why I come. Being an expert in women's wellness is a woman who thinks, who feels, who is absolutely head of a family or a single mom. Um, I just had one of my clients who's a single mother, um, divorced, and feeling as if being divorced is a shame because that's how the surroundings have been telling her. And I said, it is not something for you to shame, to feel shame. It is a feeling that we take on because of our surroundings. I remember, my God, it's been what, 39 years that I've been divorced? And in the beginning, because I was feeling it and surroundings, some families wanted us to get back together, I felt like there was this big, huge D on my forehead, and everywhere I walked, that they would see I'm divorced. And for the longest time, I had to suppress my emotions, my anger, my resentment. And it was not necessarily towards him, but what he had done. See, it's not about bashing men. Never. Because there are so many amazing men in this world. Supportive men, caring men, loving men, and men who really support women and stand beside them. And it's never about who, it's about what. It's about the actions. Even women. Not every single woman is an amazing woman or a loving woman or a caring woman. Men will say the same thing. What about women? So it's never about the person, but what it is that we do, how we speak, how we connect. It is our actions and our behaviors. And one can be an amazing person with one and turn around and have a whole different behavior and attitude towards someone else. Does that resonate with you? And if it does, you can say hashtag one, yes. So that is that is one of the things that I share and I talk about. So it's about uplifting ourselves while we hold space for others so that they can raise and rise up with us. I have a quote. I love quotes. You know, words have meaning for me. I correct my words. I make sure I help educate and awaken my clients to how powerful words are, not only for others, but for themselves. So today I leave you with this quote. A strong woman stands up for herself. A stronger woman stands up with others and helps others stand up with her. So be bold, be fearless, and let's stand up together. Let's continue this conversation. By all means, tell me what does being an empowered woman mean to you, how you grew up, what kind of a family, and who was the person you looked up to. And if you have a woman that you adore, you cherish, and you look up to, by all means, bring them some flowers and maybe even text and say thank you. And if you're ready to step into your own power, to realize it's not what you eat, but what's been eating you, and we can peel that away, release it, let go, so you feel lighter, you feel bolder and stronger. Connect with me. My name is Liza Boubari, and I am here as your expert wellness coach, guide, and there is nothing that when you set your mind, you cannot achieve. Until next week, I bid you goodbye. God bless you, and may the universal light surround you always. Call me, DM me, message me. Have an amazing week. Bye-bye. Thank you for being here. If you want to check out some of the testimonials that I've got, click right here. But if you want to go back and watch other videos from a week ago, 2 weeks ago, even a year ago, click right here. See you next time.